got rid back in the mountains. They ain't give me the view I wanted, but hey, it is what it is. Getting straight to it. ATM. Hope everybody had a good one, good day, productive day. Um, I was just so happy to look across the screen and a couple words popped up that scrolled across the screen. Infowars and bankruptcy due to defamation of the families of the Sandy Hook thing. I know what they're trying to do. Cause think about it, people say all type of crazy shit on the internet, but now they trying to make people pay for what they say now. Literally. Um, uh, Going off subject just a little bit, like just like the Cardi B and Tasha K jump, people starting to pay with their words now. So I know what they're trying to do to Alex Jones. I've been following him for years. They kicked him off YouTube. They kicked him off Twitter. They kicked him off Facebook. They kicked him. He Infowars was making most of their money off of YouTube. So they basically uh, they basically tried to they basically taking his money sources away from him and then trying to sue him. They basically trying to double wham him. You feel me? They took his money away from him that he was making on YouTube. People make a lot of money on YouTube. He was one of the biggest YouTubers ever. He doing millions of views a day. I'm watching him. You feel me? And he giving out real information, real independent news sources. I seen them. Like I seen these people go out, with their own cameras. You know what I'm saying? Not making up, false information and stuff like that. But yeah, they suing him for defamation. And he went bankrupt, but that don't mean he broke. But he tell us every day like, man, yeah, I'm spending millions of dollars. He spent millions of dollars on this case right here, millions of dollars. So uh, I thank the brother Alex Jones because he putting his life on the line. He ain't got to do this. He ain't got to. He can just live in peace with his family. But he stand for something, man. A lot of people at Infowars they stand for something. You feel me? They know what's going on. They know the media play these tactical games. You know what I'm saying, with their money and stuff like that. Money is a real important tool when you giving out information, and that's how he used. See, they double whamming him right now. He can't really make as much money as he was. People know about Infowars, but they don't. A lot of people don't know about Infowars. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people still sleep right now. You feel me? But once they go to it, they be like, "Oh shit!" Like, damn, bro was been talking about this shit. You feel me? He been was talking about all this shit that's going on right now. Um, uh, it's crazy, man. It's just so much stuff that bro be talking about. I don't see no other people doing the shit he doing. You know what I'm saying? The news, the media, they don't talk about the pedophiles and shit and trying to capture the pedophiles. He talking about all this shit. He know people that go catch these motherfuckers who fucking up the children, fucking with the children and all that shit. He talking to these people who go after these people. You feel me? Uh, it's just so much that he do, man. Y'all go check out Infowars, man. It's really too much to talk about. They trying to push them out the game. They trying to push Infowars out the game. I seen that shit scroll across the TV. It's like my eyes just zoomed in because I'm like, damn, Alex Jones been talking about this shit. Like he was like, he's spending millions of dollars on this case and they just trying to destroy him. And with all he worked for, he been doing this shit over 20, 30 years, you feel me? Giving out that same information for 20, 30 years. But he got new information too, but he it's just a lot, man. It's just a lot. He sell health products and he sell survival gear. He sell seeds and stuff, real seeds, like not the fake shit, the real seeds, like the hermlu seeds. Yeah, those the real seeds. Shit, I tried to buy some off the website, but that shit backed up for like months. Like that's how you know a lot of people getting them shit. You feel me? People fuck with Infowars. You feel me? But I tried to get some seeds off the website. Them shit's backed up. A lot of shit backed up because people really buying shit. Like people really, the real revolution. It's revolutions. You know what I'm saying? But the real revolution is what they fighting for. They fighting for our freedom of speech. You can't say what you want to say no more. That's what I'm saying. Like that, you can get sued for saying too much. You feel me now? It's like it's crazy. But Infowars definitely is like one of the realest news sources on around the world. I be looking at all the. I can't watch the news like that. Once you start listening to Infowars, it's just like this shit you listening to. Um, and shit that you listen to on the regular news. I be laughing at it because it be like it be funny. Yeah, it be funny. But this Infowars shit definitely real. Um, I ain't gonna try to bribe nobody to get into it, but once you see what's going on, then once you see who connected, you know what I'm saying, with the Infowars thing, you'll be like, damn, like I've been connected since probably 2007, 2008. But yeah, I fuck with Infowars a long way. I don't care who don't mess with it, but the shit they be saying, they been saying it. I don't care what color they is. I fuck with them, you feel me? I fuck with them. If I fuck with somebody, I fuck with them a long way. And I've been fucking with them, getting the information, the real information from them for a while. So, um, it's just like, man, I seen that shit scroll across the screen. It was just like, man. It was like, man, I'm just shaking my head. I'm on the phone with my girl. She don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, she don't even know. I'm like, damn, I just seen some shit scroll across the damn screen. That shit really kind of pissed me off. You feel me? Cause I'm like, damn, like they really going at this man. They made him spend millions of dollars on a court case about something he said. About something he said. They not doing this shit to nobody else. Nobody else. And the Sandy Hook shooting, that shit was like 8 years ago, 7 years ago. The families, they just want that money. It's all about some money. They already bankrupt them, right? They already bankrupt them. They already tried to blackball them. Shit, they probably already tried to make some attempts on his life, you feel me? And his family life, you feel me? So I condemn and I respect Alex Jones to the fullest, Owen Schroyer, everybody all at the Infowars. They work non-stop, constantly, you feel me? Non-stop, constantly. I respect anybody with a hustle like that, non-stop. And they not even dealing with the money they was dealing with. I respect that shit like 100%, 1,000%, really. You know, and they showing us like they everyday people like us. Shit, they got to get paid for what they do too. You feel me? They life on the line. They ain't spending time with their family. They doing this nonstop. They doing this for us, and I appreciate all the Infowars people. They doing this shit for us, man. Like without them, this shit would have been sank. Without them, this shit would have been sank. That's why I definitely respect them. They putting in that work. They go out here to these capital buildings. They go out here and speak what needs to be said. Yeah, speak what needs to be said. They don't want our guns taken away in the United States. They standing up for that shit. All the people all across the United States. If they say they want to have a rally in every state capital, in every, around the country, people gonna show up. I'm talking about a lot of people. A lot of people gonna show up. And that's what kind of pissed me off about that January 6th shit. Yeah, I'm watching Alex Jones. I'm on the phone with my sister like, yeah, it's about to be a whole bunch of people in D.C. I'm on the phone with my sister. I ain't know that shit was gonna happen, but that shit wasn't him. You feel me? That shit wasn't him. He had no parts to do with that shit. They got motherfuckers He was telling motherfuckers, don't go in there, don't go. He telling motherfuckers that shit, but it was instigators, and that's why I was trying to tell people like, y'all see the shit that y'all see on the news. That shit not real. They got instigators that go to all the protests around the country. Any protest is always some instigators, people that just fly in from another city and just come into your city to start some shit, some to burn up some shit. Shout out to Alex Jones though, man, cause um, he waking people up. He waking these doctors up. Yeah, let's talk about the doctors. These fake ass doctors. Yeah, these doctors faker than the motherfucker. They testing on us and everything. Testing on the babies. Testing on everything. We got some real doctors, but he waking up the real doctors. They speaking out on what's going on. Yeah, y'all know what's going on. They speaking out. The real doctors. He got them speaking out, coming on his show. He got the real Judge Joe Brown coming on his show, telling the real Judge Joe Brown coming on his show and let him know what the hell going on for real. Shout out to Judge Joe Brown. I ain't think he was that real. You feel me? I used to fuck with him sometimes on the TV, but I ain't know Judge Joe Brown was with the revolution. You feel me? I ain't know that shit. So, um, it's just so much, man. It's just so much. I don't think I know everything, but Alex Jones and them, they good people. They trying to help us, help ourselves. They know a lot of us still sleep, but we only gonna wake up when we want to wake up. You feel me? That's why, shit. Me, to be honest with you, I used to show some of this shit to my family, and they'll be like, "Man, that rhetoric, whatever how they say that rhetoric you talking about, man, that shit. I'm not finna listen to them. All right, that's on you. That's on you. Don't say I ain't give you the information. Don't say I ain't give you the information, but you know, uh, just shout out to him, man, cause shit, he a stand up guy, man. Like it's like you don't want nobody to stand up for you. You ain't a lot of people ain't gonna stand up for themselves, but we got people who fighting every day, almost every day with a low budget. I don't know exactly how much money they got, but I definitely can tell you they don't have the money that they used to have. YouTube checks, you a top YouTuber. Look at how much a top YouTuber make off of YouTube a month. He was one of the top YouTubers. They kicked him off for just talking. Mm-hmm. They kicked him off because it was that real information. Who else y'all know they kicked off YouTube? That's big. See, it's the same thing going. Censorship. Damn YouTube, why y'all had to kick Alex Jones off? That's all I want to know. I think the government had something to do with that shit. I don't think YouTube personally. Yeah, I don't think YouTube personally kicked them off. I think the government had they like if you don't get brought off this shit, cause think about how much money they was making off Alex Jones. YouTube alone, they kicked them off iTunes. Man, it's crazy. Y'all could look it up in Google and see what's going on. Just look it up in Google. They kicked them off all them shits. Think about how much money they lost. And now he just got sued. Now he bankrupt. Don't mean he broke, but he bankrupt now. He had to file for bankruptcy. So now it's really gonna get to the nitty gritty. I just hope and pray that Infowars stay up. He been saying this shit for like the last year, man. We don't know if we even gonna be on air no more. You know, he said we don't even know if we gonna be on air anymore. Independent news company, man. Yeah, independent. They got man. It's just crazy, man. But that, see, I'm glad I watched Infowars because I don't watch the news like that. Look, just watch the motherfucking news. 10 shooting, 10 shot at a South Carolina mall in Columbia. 10 shot in a South Carolina mall in Columbia. That's like 2 hours away from here. Breaking news. That's when I seen the Alex Jones thing scroll across the screen. I was like, what? I had a double take. I'm like, but yeah, 10 shot in at the mall in Columbia, South Carolina, and people be talking about, oh, uh, America is safe. How? You can't even go to the mall without somebody getting shot. And he talk about this shit. Why is there so much crime in the cities? After that George Floyd shit, the crime went up in every city across America, especially Democratic cities. I don't try to get into the politics shit, but the numbers and shit, just look at the numbers. In Democratic run cities, the crime that went crazy. But the crime is crazy all across the United States after that George Floyd shit. I never seen this shit like this. People going crazy. And I think they doing this shit on purpose. That's why, shout out to my boy Ayo. I watch Ayo sometimes, a lot of times. You know, he said we need to have a crime fast. Everybody will be joking and shit until they send the military and this motherfucker to come get people, you know, to get the. See, that's what's happening. They want the crime to go up so they could put the military in, but people don't really get it. They just think, you know, it's just shootings everywhere. Nah, it's gonna get so bad that the military gonna have to come in. Yeah, they're gonna have to come in and, you know, enforce themselves. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know if it's gonna be the United States military or another military. You know what I'm saying? That's why I watched that movie on Infowars. It's called Amerigeddon. It's about um, another army, the UN basically, coming in and trying to force shit on us. You feel me? That's an independent movie. You see, this independent shit is real. That's why shout out to JT the bigger figure. The independent shit is real. He did an independent movie, low budget movie. It ain't low budget, but it's not the high dollar budget. But it is a low budget movie. But it's a good ass movie, man. Good ass movie. Chuck Norris' son directed the film. Um, I'm a huge Chuck Norris fan. I'm a huge karate fan. I love all the people who do karate and shit. Um, but back to Alex Jones, man, he done so much for this country and so much for the people. Um, it's just crazy. Worldwide. I can't even just say the United States, worldwide. I'm saying that like he done a lot for the United States, but worldwide, he's worldwide. Like he talked to people in Australia, Britain, like it's crazy, man. It's crazy. He get people from all around the world on his show. He get people that's high up, and he get regular people like us. You feel me? He got the doctors calling in on his show. He got the construction workers calling on his show. He got the truck drivers calling in on his show. He got a whole bunch of people calling in on his show. Real people, real individuals. Sometimes he be spazzing on there. You feel me? He got to. You can't just be like peaceful talking about this type of information. He got to. Yeah, he break the whole shit down. People call him crazy. Nah, he just breaking the shit down. You just don't want to hear the real information. That's how it be sometimes. People call people crazy and shit because they giving out real information. And they be like, man, that shit crazy. Fuck what he talking about. All right. How did he know the COVID shit was going to come out before it even came out? Mm-hmm. He knew about the COVID shit before it was even about to come out. He knew who who invested in that shit, who had money involved in that shit. It was a money game. It's a lot of people profited off this shit. Yeah, the shit that's going on right now, a lot of people profiting off this shit right now. So was this shit really some man made shit, or was this shit planned like from the beginning? Was this shit paid? Somebody bought this shit to put on us. You feel me? or they just wanted to make. They spent money and then they made some more money. That's basically what it is. They invested in something to put it out to the world. Now we dealing with a whole bunch of new shit, a whole bunch of new shit. So it's more to come. It's gonna be more censorship. You see, YouTube, Facebook, they starting to really tight down on like shit you can do. Um, but like I said, it's just crazy how they can have people with guns and shit, and getting shot on camera on YouTube and Facebook, but they won't ban them people. You feel me? But they'll ban people from just speaking you know, the words that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? They'll ban people for just speaking regular words. You know what I'm saying? Speaking their mind. But they won't ban these people who doing all this crazy shit on the internet to go viral. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just crazy, man. But shout out to Alex Jones. Shout out to Infowars. Y'all keep going. Keep going. I hope they don't get shut down. That's what they're trying to do. The enemy is trying to shut them down. Uh, See, and another thing I gotta speak on is the My Pillow guy. The guy that I know y'all seen them commercial. The My Pillow guy. This how you know this shit real. They took him out of every fucking store in the country. He was in Walmart. So this how you know this shit. This how you know that they playing with shit. All he did was show up on January 6th. He ain't do nothing. He just showed up. They banned him from all the motherfucking Walmarts, all the stores. So he got to sell his products through his website or through Alex Jones' um, website, Infowars. You feel me? That's the only way he can sell his My Pillows now. That's how you know this shit real. Think about it. You at every Walmart around the country. Just because you go to a January 6th, just to, I guess, to go support Trump or whatever, they 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 ban him from all major retailers. And I know y'all seen the My Pillow commercial. We don't even see the commercials no more. This how you know this shit real. I used to see that shit every motherfucking day. I used to get tired of seeing that shit sometimes. I can't think of the dude's name, but shout out to him. He overcame a crack addiction and started selling pillows. A lot of people don't know that because I didn't know that at first. I'm like, he used to be a crackhead. Now he overcame a crack addiction. That's Mike Liddell. Yeah, I couldn't think of it. I knew it. I just couldn't think of it. He overcame a crack addiction. Man, crack is probably one of the hardest drugs to get off of, besides heroin. Boy, but um, man, he overcame that shit and then started a business and selling pillows. Like, that's crazy right there. It's crazy in itself. Mm. But he's a big supporter of Alex Jones too. Um, yeah, I couldn't believe that, man. He a Trump rider. Hey, I can't tell people what people they should go with, what people they should not. That's every individual's choice on who they want to go for because it should be, and that's the thing about it. With this world that we live in now, people so hypocritical and want to know everybody's business, what this person doing, what this person doing. When it's like, damn, like, can people just be themselves? Like, that person can do whatever they feel like doing. If they want to vote for this person, vote for that person. Let them be. You can't judge them on who they want to choose. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna go back through the comments, man. But I just had to, because I that shit, man, y'all don't even know, man. That shit was like it was really kind of like a alert in my, alert just went off in my head. I'm just like, what? Yeah, like it was like an alert. I'm on the phone with my girl. I'm looking at the TV. I just stopped what I was doing and I seen that shit scroll across. I'm like, what? And I just so happened to turn on the news because I just had the TV on listening to the little music they be playing. I was like, let me just turn to something. Just scroll down, boom. Wasn't really watching the news, just turned the TV on just to, um, but I'm like, damn, like, I'm just, so much shit was just going through my head. I'm like, damn, nah. He was already telling us he's spending millions on a court case, millions of dollars. He didn't say the exact figure, but it's millions of dollars. Look into him a little more. You should look into him a little more. Who, Mike Lindell? Well, I don't really know too much about Mike Lindell, but that's all I really know about him, the My Pillow guy. But that's all I know. I'm not a big supporter of him, but I see what they trying to do to him. I see what they trying to do to Alex Jones. I see what they trying to do to a lot of people who talking real information. I see what they trying to do. Mike Lindell, okay. I don't really know too much about the guy. You feel me? But Alex Jones and shit like that, I've been watching them for years. You feel me? Years. Sometimes they be a little crazy and shit, but who not crazy? You feel me? Who not crazy? But um, you know, shit, that's how some people is. You feel me? You can't stop people from. Nah, I disagree. You disagree with what? What you disagree with? Cause I'm kind of confused. What do you disagree with? Cause shit, Alex Jones is cruddy. He's cruddy. How? How? Yeah. How is he cruddy? He just speaking his motherfucking mind. He's speaking his mind. What's an example of him being cruddy? Yeah. What's an example of him being cruddy? See, he like to, have fun on there sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? The stuff he pushes on his channel. What, like what? Like what? Like what? What's an example? It's his channel. He can he can push whatever he want on his channel. Think about this now. You have your own channel, right? Just think about this for 1 second. You have your own channel, right? It's your channel. You can do whatever you want as long as everything legal. You feel me? Think about if you had your own network, your own website. What would you do on your website? Just answer that question. What would you do on your website? This is his own independent website. But before that, well, he had his website, but he had the YouTube, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Apple Music, iTunes. It's crazy, like saying that Sandy Hook didn't happen. We only know what we see on TV, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. And you got more than just him saying that it's crisis actors everywhere. Look on YouTube. He was telling you about them crisis actors. He was like the first person. You know when he said that shit. When he first said that shit, bro, I'm like, nah. He crazy on this one. He crazy on this one. I was like, man, he crazy on this one. That's what I was thinking when he first said that shit. I was like, nah, bro, kind of wilding on this one. You feel me? That's how my first reaction. But then when other people talking about it was crisis reactors, like they'll see the same person on the news in another mass shooting. They'll see the same person in another mass shooting. But I don't know about the kids dying and shit though. I don't know. I don't know about that, bro. If somebody's child did die, then my condolences. But I don't know about that shit. But the shit that they be showing us on TV, I can't really say if it's fake or not. I don't know. But if he has information about this shit, we don't know if he lying or not. Just cause he got sued, don't mean he lying or not. Just cause he got sued, they suing him. They suing him because you might as well say they suing him because of stressing out about the shit. They not suing him if the shit was true or false. They just suing him because people are mad at him for what he said. Yeah, they mad at him for what he said. They didn't sue him to see if the shit was true or not. See, he lost in court for what? Defamation. Not if the shit was true or false. It's public record. He gonna talk about this shit in the morning. Yeah, he gonna talk about this shit in the morning. I wish I had my other motherfucking phone so I can go live in the morning. Just, he about to go the fuck off. Yeah, he about to go the fuck off. Yeah, I fuck with Alex Jones a long way. Shit, some of the shit he be saying do be crazy, but hey, I ain't gonna lie. Some of the shit he say do be crazy, but he has valid points in most cases. Yeah, he has valid points in most cases. My bad, y'all. I gotta get this shit right. He definitely has valid points. Some of this shit might be sounding a little off the wall right now because we're not used to this information. I'm not saying everything he says is true. 97% of that shit definitely is true. The COVID shit, just a lot of shit. Gentrification, he talk about all that shit. And I appreciate him for keeping that shit 1,000. You feel me? He keep it 1,000 with the black people. He keep it 1,000 with the Mexicans. He keep it 1,000 with his own kind. With his own kind. He does stuff for shock value. I don't know. He was one of the biggest YouTubers, so he already going viral by himself. By himself, he going viral without doing no crazy shit. So just imagine. So let's just say, like he is one of the biggest YouTubers ever. So let's think about that right now. Now, if he say some crazy shit on one of his videos, that shit gonna do 100 million in a month. 100 million views in a month. He does millions of views on one video a day on YouTube. I know this shit because I've been watching YouTube for a while, and I be watching a lot of people on YouTube, and ever since they kicked him off, it ain't been a bigger YouTuber since Alex Jones. Since Alex Jones. He's covered around. I think he's connected probably with 200, 300. So many radio stations across the world. It's crazy. He's plugged in without the internet. Like without the internet. So let's take the internet thing out. He's plugged in without the internet. He's on radio stations across the world. So he has radio stations, internet, his own independent website. Well, he ain't got the Facebook and Twitter and shit no more. But people still share his shit on Facebook. Yeah. Yeah, he you know, a lot of people might not watch him because he say crazy shit. But sometimes that crazy shit draw a lot of people in. Look at the shit Charleston White doing. He say the most craziest fucking shit. And people motherfucking watch his shit. So I don't. So what is it like? What is it? Look at what Charleston White be saying, man. I'm tired of this shit. This motherfucker be saying the craziest shit. And motherfuckers, he'll reel you in. He playing fish. That's what a lot of people do. They play fish. They'll say some crazy shit just to reel you in. But he got millions of followers. Like, Alex Jones got millions of followers. People really fuck with him because he doing some shit a lot of people won't do. They won't even stand up for themselves. So the freedom of speech shit, if they take our shit, if they take this internet shit, you can't say a cuss word on the internet. Alex Jones was fighting for that. Who else was fighting for it? Freedom of speech on the internet. He going down to Congress. He telling them how Google and all these motherfucking companies, been blackballing them and his family. You know what I'm saying? He put his life on the line. You know what I'm saying? He put his life on the line for people like me and you. I don't think a lot of people understand that shit. And his whole Infowars crew, they work non-stop, tireless nights to give us the information. To give us the information, man. When I seen that shit scroll across, it was like, damn, he been warning us about this shit. And he been warning us they might try to take Infowars website down. That's why I had to make a live. I'm like, I ain't even know what to talk about tonight. I was gonna talk about DJ K Slay, RP to DJ K Slay, all type of shit. But I was like, when that shit scrolled, I said that's my topic right there. Alex Jones. He be informing us for real, but nobody don't take him serious. I don't know if they got something against him, something he might have said, the color of his skin. I'm like, damn, like, this man keeping it 1,000 with the black people, the Mexican, the white people. He even talking about his own people sometimes. You feel me? He talk about his own people sometimes. He talk about black people sometimes. You feel me? Mexicans sometimes. But he just keeping that shit 1,000. Like, what? See, people want that shit sugar coated. But when somebody tell you some shit 1,000, people get offended. You feel me? He keeping that shit 1,000, being himself. And everybody on Infowars shit, they be keeping that shit 1,000. 1,000. Shit, they be having regular people call in every day. Every day, regular people like me and you. They have doctors, construction workers, lawyers. It's just so much, man. They don't take them seriously because they're manipulative. See, the news has people's minds like this. The news stations have people's minds like this. That's why I can't watch the news. That's why I laugh at that shit, because it be so funny, because I be listening to their talking points, and it's just like, I be like, okay, people really definitely can't be listening to this shit. So one day I really looked at this shit, right? So I'm at a hotel one day, or I was somewhere at the gym or the hotel or something, and I'm seeing CNN, the headlines. So I'm looking for a quick second. I'm like, let me see what they're gonna say. I was like, see, I knew they was gonna say some shit like that. So I'm with my uncle one day. He loved to watch the motherfucking news. So I'm like, I'm just chilling with my uncle. So, this was that day that they supposedly did a riot at the Capitol. Okay, let me go back to that day. So my uncle, he shit start. I'm from DC, so they mob. It wasn't them. Let me get that clear. It wasn't Alex Jones and them. It was some other motherfuckers. We're gonna get into that in a minute. I'm chilling with my uncle. The news come on. Next thing you know, we see motherfuckers climbing the wall at the Capitol and shit. I'm like, nah, this I'm already, I know this shit, not no Alex Jones shit. So I'm like, nah, this can't be Alex Jones right here. So I'm seeing motherfuckers go in the building. So I'm like, oh, whoa. That's when I was like, nah, see, they had some infiltrators. Just like the Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, they had infiltrators. And people try to compare the shits online and shit. I'm like, how can you compare it? How can you compare Black Lives Matter to people who trying to protest? What was they trying to do? Protest the election or whatever they was doing. So I'm like, people was comparing Black Lives Matter to this shit. The the two things that was similar is that they had infiltrators. They had people that was setting shit on fire. Um, but see, check this out. This is what was very interesting. The FBI. I was watching it on TV. They was asking the lady from the FBI, did y'all have knowledge of people entering DC 2, 3 days before? She said, yeah, they did have information about people entering DC that had bad shit on their record. I'm talking about bad shit. I ain't talking about no regular shit, bad shit. I'm talking about bad shit. So the police knew about this shit, the people that was gonna be there before they even arrived. You feel me? They tracked everybody, whoever came to DC that day. They got your information. But see, what I don't get is, see, this is the shit they don't want to talk about. How can they have done all that shit when DC has so many motherfucking cameras around the Capitol building? I'm gonna tell y'all one of my experiences at the Capitol building. 5th grade, when I went back to DC, I'm from DC, but I moved down to North Carolina, and I went on a field trip back to DC. Now check this out. This was in, oh, don't get me lying. This was when I was in 5th grade. We went to DC for a field trip, and I went to the Capitol. I seen the security guards with machine guns outside. So when I seen this shit, when the security guards back down, I'm like, nah, that can't be. It can't be. I'm seeing the motherfucker out with a chopper in his hand, a security guard at the Capitol when I went on a field trip when I was little. So I'm like, nah, this shit can't be. Like, how these security guards, you know what I'm saying, how they just back away from these people? Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody had to tell them to back down. Ain't no way. And, they just gonna let the crowd overpower them. I never seen no shit like this in my life. That's why they was trying to compare it to Black Lives Matter, but how? How can you compare it when somebody told them to back down? Somebody told them to back down. But they tried to say, oh, if that was black people, we would have got gunned down. Somebody told them them police officer or security guards to back down. Ain't no way. All them motherfuckers should be fired on everything I love. Yeah, all them motherfuckers should be fired on everything I love. You supposed to be a security officer on the Capitol and you back down like that? Nah. They need to take your clearance. They need to take all your shit away from you. Mm-hmm. But just getting back to my point, that shit, it couldn't have went down like that, man. That shit it really had to be some shit with that shit. We might not know the full details on it, but somebody knows some information. Yeah, somebody knows some information. But if you look at it, a lot of people that got arrested that day, a lot of them were from Black Lives Matter shit. See, this whole shit crazy. Some of them was from the Black Lives Matter protest, and a lot of them got arrested for arsoning and all type of shit. But guess what happened? They got locked up and they got right back out of jail. Where are these folks getting all this money? See, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Y'all can look this shit up yourself. Infowars.com. Look in Google. Look in public records. There's no way, though. There's no way. They let all them people come in. And that shit just crazy. And the thing about it was politicians in there. That's how I know that shit crazy. I kept trying to tell my uncle, I'm like, nah, it was some instigators. I had to let them know, like, The shit you seeing on the news right now, that's what they want you to see. But it was some instigators in that motherfucking crowd. Just like anything in life, it's gonna be some instigators. But the Black Lives Matter, it was instigators. Um, it was people throwing rocks. Hold on. Before I finish that, they had shit set up in the Black Lives Matter shit. They had pallets and shit, rocks and all type of shit. I don't know if y'all remember that, but I definitely remember that. They had pallets. They had pallets of shit already ready to do some shit with. You feel me? I don't. Do y'all remember that shit? I remember that shit like it was yesterday. So when people went to protest, they had shit that they could throw at the police and all type of. So all this shit was staged, just like they used to put guns and shit on the train, and you know what I'm saying. People used to go to the train and get the guns and put guns in a car. You know what I'm saying? Put guns in the car, and people like, oh, we found all these guns. It's just crazy. This the shit that they do. They set people up. They set people up. They set people up. Mm-hmm. Shit, he even talk about the black on black crime, man. For real. He got to keep that shit 1,000. Listen to what he's saying. Listen to what he's saying. He know about the experiment they've been doing on black people. Look at the doctor. What's the doctor name? It's some doctor that be on his show. He letting us definitely know about they've been doing experiments on black people, black genocide on the babies, and he talk about all that shit. But the real information people don't want to learn. Shit, I had to get myself to learn this shit. Cause when I first heard this shit, I'm like, what? Nah. I'm like, nah, this shit can't be. But this shit definitely for real. Definitely for real. Real doctors. You know what I'm saying? Real information. The doctor got his own laboratory. Yeah, own laboratory. So he can study the water that we be drinking and shit. He can study all this shit, but everybody don't want the real information. But Infowars.com, man, salute, man. Salute to Alex Jones, man. Keep going, man. I know the enemy is at their neck for real. They trying to cut their lifeline off. They try to cut their money off. People still supporting them. People still supporting them. That's how it be. We scared of the truth, and that's what happened when we get the truth. They wanted the truth. They wanted the truth. Should Alex Jones run for president? What y'all think? Should Alex Jones run for president? That I don't know. I don't know. I think he should. The reason why? He gonna tell her how it motherfucking is. He know what the fuck going on. They gonna kill him if he do. Bam, you got a valid point. You got a valid point. You got a valid point. Should he run for president though? Is it too late to run for president in 2 more years or whatever? I think it's a process you gotta go through. What about vice president? I don't know. I think he probably could. He know what the hell going on. But see, that's why a lot of folks didn't like Trump. Trump might be in that shit that mix, but the thing about it, Trump was calling them out. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Trump was calling them folks out. They ain't like that shit. Cowboy Moose, what's going on with you? Yeah, they ain't like that shit, man. Trump was calling them folks out. He was letting everybody know what the hell was going on. But everybody kept, calling them crazy and shit like that. Kept calling them crazy. But see, everybody was looking up. Yeah. Everybody was looking up to Trump before he was the president, though. I ain't gonna say looking up, but they wasn't really talking bad about him like they is when he was president. I'm talking about you had rappers making songs about Trump. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody made no song about Hillary. Ain't nobody made no song about Biden. Somebody did make a song about Obama. But you had everybody wanting to be around Trump until he became president. Mm. Now look what they done. We got all these people in the country, you know. We we as Americans, we always got hospitality for other, people. It ain't nothing like that, but we bringing other people from other countries, spending our taxpayer dollars to help house these people. When we have other countries around the world that has trillions of dollars, but we spending our money on these people to bring them in our country when we have the biggest homeless population in the world. Yup. We got people coming from Pakistan, 100,000. We got people coming from Ukraine. That's another 100,000 people. We got people coming across the border. Millions of people. It's just crazy. This the America we living in, and they trying to take it over. You feel me? That we not gonna have no power. We not gonna have no say so in a few. Alex Jones and them, they did all they could. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of people still asleep. A lot of people still asleep. I love my people, but when you can take the water, you can take the horse to the water, but you can't make a motherfucking drink. That's the oldest term in the motherfucking book. Motherfuckers gonna be sleep. Motherfuckers gonna be sleep until something wake them up. Something gonna wake you up. Ooh-wee. Something gonna wake you up one of these days. That's why you need that motivation. You need something in your life. Definitely God first. You need information. You need survival skills. You need all type of different things that you know that'll help you get through life. Especially if we ain't got our freedom of speech. We ain't gonna have it for long. Yeah, we ain't gonna have it for long. Thanks to these politicians, we need to get them out of there. I've been saying that for like, maybe like the last 6 years. Yeah, I told my grandma that before she passed away. I was like, Grandma, to be honest with you, I don't mess with none of them politicians. I think we need to hit the reset button. We need to get their old asses out of there. They've been in there for too long. They're too comfortable. It's like their house now. So it's like, we got to get rid of these politicians. I'm tired of these motherfuckers. They make rules for us. They don't even follow the damn rules. So they make it hard for us, like my people. I fuck with everybody that fuck with me, but they making it hard for my people. African American, that's what they label us. They make it hard for my people to get shit. And sometimes I feel like we make it hard sometimes for us to get our own shit. We make it hard on ourselves sometimes. I'm gonna keep it on 100. But most of the time, it's just the system we in that hold us back from doing what we need to do sometimes. But sometimes you just gotta do what you need to do. Sometimes you gotta make a way. Fuck all the black and white shit. That's what a lot of people like to say. But shit, you gotta grind and get that shit on your own. Fuck the black and white shit. You gotta grind and get that shit yourself. Fuck, the racial shit. We already know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think like, damn, I gotta make something for me and my family. Like, everybody always making up excuses. You know what I'm saying? My grandma used to say excuses like a-holes, you feel me? Everybody got one, you feel me? So, yeah, a lot of voting will help. That voting shit, definitely fake. Numbers don't lie, but you can manipulate the numbers for sure. We done seen that already. They're like, what? Yeah, they had voting machines out in the, I think it was all around the country when Trump had lost the last one. That's why people went. See, now everything starting to make sense. That's why people was going back to DC for January 6th to protest the election because they had on camera now. See, I could see if it was a rumor or they had cameras in the stadiums where they had the voting machines in stadiums. They had people sliding the votes under the table. Yeah, this shit crazy. This shit crazy. That's why I be telling people like, you ain't see that shit? Like all these videos on the internet and you ain't see that shit. And you telling me they ain't cheap. Okay. What okay. That's why I used to tell people like, you ain't see this shit? All these videos on the internet and people watch the internet all day. So if they don't see certain shit, I'd be like, bro, ain't no way. See me, I ain't even voting no more. I lost faith in it. I feel like they playing with our feelings. They playing with our emotions. We think we voting for somebody really. We think we voting for somebody really, but really they voting for the person already. They get everybody ramped up. Oh, who's gonna win? They do all these numbers and shit. The numbers go up and down. You don't know who gonna win really. But trust me, they know they know what they be doing. Yeah, they know what they be doing. But it's just crazy, man. Like stand up people like Alex Jones. Like I say, he say crazy shit sometimes. But I've been around people who say crazy shit. You feel me? So it's nothing new to me. Like when somebody say something crazy or do something crazy, people be getting all scared and people get all emotional and shit. Like, yeah, they already got the next president picked out. But see, now let's talk about presidents. Okay. We got Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in the office right now. We don't know what these people doing. We don't know what they do. I'm just put it like that. Joe, the only reason why Joe Biden people fuck with him is the only reason is because he was under Obama. Any other reason people would say go to sleep. Yeah, for real. That's the only reason I know people voted for him because he was under Obama. Other than that, what are we voting for Joe Biden for? I'm not even trying to get political here. I'm just using common sense. What did Joe Biden? I said Joe Biden. Joe Biden have to offer to each and everybody in America? Nothing really. He was trying to promise the blacks some shit, this and that. If you ain't black, no, what do you say? If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That's the craziest shit I've ever motherfucking heard. That basically was a racist statement. And he went on one of our see this the shit I don't like when they try to take our culture from us. They try to get on something that affects our culture. He gonna get on the Breakfast Club and say that shit? Come on, man. They know what they was doing the whole motherfucking time. Yeah, they know what they was doing the whole motherfucking time. He probably was reciting that line for 2 days. If you ain't black, you ain't vote for me. He had to get it right. Yeah, he had to get it right. But yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with these presidents and shit. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, they've locked more people up than we can ever motherfucking imagine. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris locked more people up than we could ever imagine. Mm. But even Alex Jones said the same shit. He said the same shit. So this ain't nothing new. A lot of people know about that shit, but a lot of people, nah, Kanye West, he need to sit his ass down. He not gonna be president no time soon. He got billions of dollars now or whatever, but you know, Who knows? Who knows? Who's gonna be the president next? I don't know. I don't know. See, le- yeah, he need to sit his ass down somewhere and really chill out. I mean, I know he going crazy about his child. Anybody go crazy over their child, but you know they gonna play that system with him. They gonna play the system with him. So when most of the time, I'm sorry to get off subject a little bit, but this is going into what I'm saying. Talk about most of the time, I gotta make a fucking live about that shit too, bro. That shit pissed me off, and I'm about to have my first child. But let me get back into this shit. Kanye West, they gonna play the system with him. You know, most of the time, the dad really don't really have no rights to the children. It's the mama who got the rights to the child. Um, they gonna play that shit. You know what I'm saying? He probably ain't gonna be able to see his kids and shit like that, man. It's gonna be crazy, man. I hope he don't lose his mind doing that shit, bro, because it's a lot with that child shit. Me and my coworker, both of my coworkers was talking about that shit, bro. And I know a lot of people who work out in this construction field, most of they check, you know what I'm saying? Most of they check, they be having like $100, $200 left on their check, bro. That shit be making me mad. I be like, damn, bro. Like, they got you for all that? I just be hearing about that shit too much, bro. I be hearing about that shit too much. Yeah, I had to tell my, I know I'm getting off subject a little bit, but I had to tell my girl, like, baby, shit, I ain't got to worry about that with you. I had to keep that shit 100. Like, I ain't got to worry about that shit with you. You feel me? I'm gonna take care of my child. You feel me? But I know how that shit be, cause a lot of folks was like, I ain't got to worry about that shit 1,000% with my chick, my girl, my lady. But um, you know, a lot of folks I be talking to, they was like, man, I thought the same thing. You feel me? So I'm like, nah, I ain't even got no doubts in my head about that shit. Me personally, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, happens. But I don't think, like, nah, my shit 100. You feel me? But a lot of folks was telling me, man, I thought the same thing. See, a lot of, I can't speak for all women, but the shit I'm hearing, that's why I gotta do a live. I gotta do a stream y'all with that shit. If anybody got that child support shit over their head, I gotta do a live stream about that shit. I've been meaning to. It's just so much shit in my head, bro. Like, my bad, y'all. So much shit in my head just roaming around. I meant to do that shit last week, to be honest, because I wanted to be in the heat of the moment of that shit. Because me and my coworker was talking about that shit. He got so emotional about that shit. He pissed off about that shit. I got mad about that shit. I'm like, damn, bro, like, the court system doing you like that? Yeah, they on the woman's side, all type of shit. But that's gonna be a whole nother live though, man. A whole nother live. I gotta do a stream out on that one, man. Let the people really say, you know, say how they really feel about that shit. But back to that Alex Jones shit, info. We were talking about that Kanye West shit. My bad, y'all, getting off subject. But we talking about the presidents. You know, we don't know who's gonna be the president, but we know that this shit is definitely motherfucking rigged. We know this shit. I don't give a fuck when nobody say this shit rigged. These politicians gonna help us. No, they not. So let's stop depending on them. Let's stop asking for reparations and all that bullshit. And let's make our own motherfucking money. Cause we gotta pay taxes to these folks. See, that get back to these fucking taxes. Man, bro, they took so much money out of my motherfucking checks. How the fuck I owe these motherfuckers? I don't understand this tax shit. This shit a scheme. We got our own government scheming on us, on everything we do. They tracking us. They taxing us on our money. What else do we need to do, man? That's why I'm trying to get the fuck out of this shit, bro, to be honest with you. I'm like, man, this shit a scheme everywhere you go. This shit not safe. Damn, is it time to go somewhere else? That's what I've been thinking for a minute. Like, is it time to go somewhere else? They scheming on my damn checks. I'm like, damn, like, okay, I ain't got no dependents and shit, but these folks taking so much money out of my checks. Like $100, $150 a check. So this shit add up. You feel me? This shit add up. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, at the end of the tax season, okay, it's tax season. So I'm thinking I'm gonna be getting something back. How about I owe these motherfuckers? I'm like, how can you owe somebody If they taking money out of your checks, this shit it is it is it don't make sense. It's a fucking scheme. I'm like, shit. I pay taxes on my car. I pay taxes on all my shit. Pay taxes on my food, my gas. Then they take taxes out of my check, and I owe these motherfuckers. I was lost. I was lost with that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was lost with that shit. I never got the tax shit. You know, people used to get money, get bands back. Are you a private contractor? Nah, I ain't no private contractor. You know, I work for a company. You feel me? So So they automatically take taxes out of each check. Like each check, I know how much I'm gonna make each check, just by how much. You know what I'm saying? They take the same amount of taxes out each check unless I make more. That's when they take more. That's why I be trying to tell my job, like, see, I gotta talk to my job about that shit too tomorrow, cause they put in hours on my check, and really, anybody who do construction and travel, they only supposed to do they supposed to give you per diem, but per diem is not supposed to be taxed. But they taxing my hours. So that mean they taking more out of my motherfucking checks. So they taking way more they was taking out now that I'm on the road. So they taking out big amounts, man. I'm talking about like what? Yeah, they taking out big amounts. Like I'm like, yo, this shit real. I only made $100 extra. I'm like, damn, on my check. I'm like, this shit, you gotta be kidding me with this shit. I gotta talk to my job about that too. I be forgetting about this shit. Sometimes, man, just be so much shit on my mind. But this Alex Jones shit popped across the screen today. That shit pissed me off, man. Cause I'm like, man, these it's the Google company, it's Facebook, YouTube after him, bro. Like the government after him. Like he on some big shit. You feel me? And the government shit definitely real shit. They probably listening to this video. They probably watching. I don't even give a fuck. Cause it's like a lot of people may not stand up for him, but shit, I gotta stand up for him. I've been watching this show. I be seeing this shit. I be hearing the information he give. The shit add up. The shit add up. I don't know about that Sandy Hook shit, but shit, he got the right to say what he want to say though. It's people who say foul ass shit on this motherfucking internet. He has a right to say what he wants to say without getting sued. Gotta go to a CPA, make sure they ain't getting over on you. Well, shit, I just did TurboTax this year. Oh, you saying make sure the government not getting over on me? Okay. I don't know what happened. I just know I owe these motherfuckers. Well, I owe the state. I don't owe the federal. I owe the fucking state. Now I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the state because a lot of people telling me that they owe the state too. So I'm like, hold on, is North Carolina scheming? Yeah, I'm like, is North Carolina scheming? Because I don't know. But North Carolina has been doing some crazy shit lately in the last couple of years. I'm like, you better be lucky on old child support. Nah, bro, I ain't got no child support. I'm talking to people who on child support. I don't have no child support. Nah, that's not me. I'm about to have my first child in July. So I'm talking to other people. They telling me about they child support. See, the only time I feel like people should be on child support if they don't even talk to their kids, if they don't even buy their kids shit, if they don't spend their time with their kid, that's when they ass should be on child support. No cap. No cap. But if you there for your child and all that good shit, man, you shouldn't be on child support. But some people, some of these women out here, I had a keyword that some of these women out here are just fucking money hungry. They don't. Some of them don't want to work. They want a free check. Okay, let's talk. Man, that's gonna be a whole nother live, man. Y'all got me. Y'all got me. That's gonna be a whole nother live, man. That's gonna be a whole nother live, man. Damn, man. I'm telling you. But y'all go check out. That's gonna be a crazy live, man. I be telling you, I be having lives back to back. Sometimes I be forgetting to write them down. Look, still got my notebook in the damn car, man. I knew I forgot something. I would have wrote that shit down. But y'all definitely go check out Infowars.com and tell me what y'all think. Drop something in the comments. If you go just watch one video or one live that they did today, let me know what you really think about that shit. Let me know though. Oh, back to the president. Shit. Back to the president. Shit. This the big question right here. Shit. Will Trump be the president again? What y'all think? Will Trump be the president again? Cause I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna see y'all comments, and I'm gonna come back with something. I'm gonna come back with something. Do y'all think he'll be president again? I don't wanna mess up what y'all gonna say in y'all comments. So I'm trying to give y'all some time to see what y'all gonna say. Do y'all think Trump gonna be president again? But I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. Nah, once a president is impeached, he can't. Oh damn! Didn't he get impeached like 2 or 3 times? So he the first president to get impeached 2 or 3 times. Like he got impeached more than one time. He got impeached like 2 times or whatever. Or once you get impeached, you can't be the president again. I never knew that. But I don't think, did he get impeached? Nah, he didn't get impeached. I'm gonna tell you why he didn't. He finished his term out, and then Joe Biden became the president. He didn't get impeached. They didn't have enough evidence. Nah, he did. He didn't get impeached. They tried to impeach him, and they lost. Y'all remember? His lawyers and all them motherfuckers came up and said some shit, and they couldn't even impeach him because they had no fucking evidence on him. Yeah, I remember that shit. They had no evidence on his shit. They tried to say he incited a riot. See, this shit is a setup. Just think about all the shit they trying to do. Come on, man. A president starting a riot? That got to be the most funniest shit I done heard. She kept talking about it, but they couldn't prove it. Nah, bro. He didn't get impeached. He didn't get impeached, bro. Like, no cap, he didn't get impeached. They say he caused an insurrection. They say he caused the insurrection, but they couldn't prove that he caused the insurrection. Or however you said it. However you said it. I ain't the smartest one in the room, but shit, I seen the shit that happened, and they definitely didn't impeach him. They tried to make it and put in everybody's brains that they impeached him, but they tried to impeach him, but they couldn't. Trump got the best lawyers. He got he know who to talk to. Like when some shit go down, he know who to talk to. Yeah, he definitely know who to talk to. But I don't know. Let me tell y'all this though. Well, I think he might become the president one more time. I'm gonna tell you why. This might go in good with the live. Before he even became president. Before he even became president. Let's go back. He did a nationwide tour. Sold out all across the United States to become president. Sold out every venue. I mean, just because you popular don't mean you're going to win, but I'm just going to compare the two individuals, Trump and Biden. This man, I have to give Trump his props. If you got sold out arenas, that's like a basketball team, right? We're going to compare it to a basketball team. A basketball team having sold out arenas, right? Sold out basketball games, right? Which one would you want to go to? Would you want to go to the one that's selling out, or would you want to go to the one that barely has any people? I'm just asking y'all. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. Trump had sold out arenas all across the United States. You had people lining up, lines, all across the United States. Um, Joe Biden, he barely could fill up the seats. This see, the show out, the turnout. This how you know who really fucking with who. Is the people really fucking with Trump, or is the people really fucking with Joe Biden? I need to know that shit because it is. I see the mass people that's in support of Trump, and then I be like, where's the same energy at with Biden? How did he even become the president of the United States? And really, a lot of people wasn't really backing him. Like, people just be thinking like white people just be voting for Trump. Come on, man, y'all gotta stop this stupid shit. Y'all gotta stop this stupid shit. And black people just all voted for Joe Biden. Come on, man. That's how a lot of people be thinking, man. It's fucking foolishness. It's foolishness. You know what I'm saying? But that's what, see, getting back to the topic, that's why January 6th happened, because a lot of folks was like, this shit can't be real. He can't be the president. Mm-hmm. He can't be the president. This shit is no way. How can he become the president if Trump going out sold out arenas? Yeah, y'all hear the police going crazy tonight. Um, how can Joe Biden become president? We got to answer these damn questions. How can he become president if Trump is the arenas that he talking? I don't think y'all hear me. The arenas that he is talking in are sold out packed. You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden got like a couple people. I don't know. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He got maybe like maybe at his shows maybe 300 people, 300 to 1,000. Trump had a real following. That's why the January 6th happened. Like, how the fuck did he lose? How? He had a cult following. I don't know about all that, but he definitely had some followers. Definitely had some people behind him. He definitely was making some folks mad. He definitely was making some folks mad. He might be a little arrogant or whatever, but I just think that's how the media betray him. When you're not with the media, you're against them. That's why he used to always say fake, you know what I'm saying? He used to always say that. I'm not going to say it's fake, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely going to say most of the shit on the news is here just to make you dizzy. Most of the shit on the news, like the big channels, just here to make you dizzy. Make sure you stay onto that screen. That's what it's for. That's why I tell y'all, I don't watch the news. I might watch the local news for the weather and to see what's going on locally. But CNN, Fox, all them, go ahead. I used to watch a channel on YouTube. See? I used to watch a channel on YouTube called RT. Yeah, RT is like a little green news. I don't know if y'all seen it on YouTube, but they just banned that off of YouTube. The RT. It's like a news, whatchamacallit. It might have something to do with Russia or something. I don't fucking know. I just used to watch it for their news. And they cut it off YouTube because of they talking about it had something to do with Russia. Shit, I watch news shits from around the world. The Jazeera News or whatever. I used to watch that shit too. Nah, RT, yeah, RT, you feel me? That's why I used to watch it, because that shit was real. Some folks know what I'm talking about. Now it's called Real Talk Television. They're all American. You know, to each his own. What other news tube channels? Jazeera. Um, that's like a Indian. I don't know, Pakistan. News station. It's a couple more. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I know like seven off the top of my head. Infowars used to be the biggest one. I gotta say that shit every time because I know the numbers with this YouTube shit. I used to watch it, watch the video, have 1 million views, more than 1 million views, like 5 million views in one day. Um, Imagine what them YouTube chats was looking like. But yeah, just so much real news that we could really learn from instead of all this bullshit. Like every time I turn to the news, it's always some political shit, and you know, it seemed like they already one sided. That's how I look at the news. They already one sided. They already for somebody. You know what I'm saying? They already one sided, so they want you to get on their side too. That's how I look at the news. It's like one sided. That's why I can't watch. I'm like, you know, they showing favoritism uh, towards certain people. So I don't even want to watch that shit anyway. They be coming for pharmaceutical companies and they got their own channel on TV. It's funny that you said that, right? Right now we're building a pharmaceutical building right across the street. My job is literally right across the street, building a big ass pharmaceutical building. This shit, they had to spend hundreds of $1 millions on this motherfucking building. Probably $100 million on this building. This shit's so big, you probably can fit. It's big to me, but it's small to other people. This building that I'm in is big as fuck. You can fit so many tour buses in that motherfucker. It's crazy. Um, it's just huge, and it's a pharmaceutical building, right? So check this out. And now they about to build another one right down the street. So who really playing with that real money? Who really playing with it? They about to build another. We not even finished with building this one, and they about to build a whole nother pharmaceutical building right down the street. So you're gonna have two pharmaceutical buildings, a couple blocks from each other, maybe on the other side of town. But they really playing with the money. Yeah, they definitely playing. You always have to do your own fact checking. You right about that. You right about that. And see, a lot of these news stations have their own fact checking. I don't like that shit because that should be fake. That should be fake. But you know, Infowars, keep going, keep going. Uh, I just want them to keep pushing, man, cause they got a lot of people woke. It's a lot of people who still haven't woke up, at least a little bit. But it's okay. Some people gonna be stuck in their ways. They're not gonna wanna listen to no new information. But I'm not even gonna say new information, real information. Um, just check out his guests that be coming on his show. Check out the lawyers that be coming on his show. Check out the politicians that be coming on his show. Check out all the folks that be coming on this show, man. Do y'all think they faking? Just let me know in the comments, man. Do y'all think they faking? Yeah, it's just crazy because, um, you know, if it was like a celebrity or something, you know what I'm saying? You, you might call him a celebrity, but a lot of people don't even know who he is, though. But a lot of people do know who he is, you feel me? It's just half and half with the shit, really. But if more people wake up and see who is who, then, you know, they'll really get the information that they need. It's just crazy, man. Yeah, it's just crazy. And I'm seeing a lot of shit on the internet, right? A lot of people saying Alex Jones was right. Damn, Alex Jones was right. I think that's how I'm at to end this live, man. Alex Jones was right. Damn. Y'all drop something in the comments. Please go check out Infowars. Just check out a video. That's all I'm asking. Check out a video. Check out what they did today. Check out what they did today. But they said Alex Jones was right. That's what I'm seeing on the internet. A lot of people saying that shit. Um, but we don't know who's gonna be the next president. You know, I'm just assuming. My opinion. Um, but you know, see, I got some shit to be doing, man. I got some shit to do, man. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tapping in. ATM, 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 ATM. Y'all know how we do this shit. I'm gone, y'all. I'll see y'all next time.